extra, 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 extra.
Kakebe gozanya bayo kagobako moyo kukunona werake obudde buzibe twakitoko wakuzanya.
My name is Kenneth Mugabi. Kenneth Mugabi, the Afro Soul Man. My life off stage is very boring, very boring. Like I literally be home. If I don't have anywhere to be, I be home and write songs. Lately, the way I write is I incorporate business and I have a target market. I have a target. Basically, the song I write, it has a target audience. So I be thinking and I be trying to understand the way people think, trying to understand people's behaviors. Basically, trying to understand my audience and trying to venture in a new audience. So being up most times when I'm off stage. Chibunom album, it was talking about basically most of the songs are talking about one girl, so that I used to love. She used to be this girl that I was so very fond of. But now Chibunom, Ugandan album is about a Ugandan youth. It's supposed to be Ugandan youth, but then the youth is more. So I just scrapped up the youth and it remained Ugandan. So this album I pressed it into like a love. Why? Because it's easier to understand love than other things, and love interests people. Love interests us all. So most of the times it's when I explain from song 1 to song 13 on Ugandan album, it's more of you're looking for something, and song 13 is fight for you. Are you ready to fight for what you're looking for? Because song 1 is Oliwa. Oliwa means where are you? Song 13 is fight for you, meaning Okalabi now. Will you fight for it? So. I chose Wenyewe because it is, for some reason, it's a song that I feel it can work East Africa. That East Africa needs to hear this song. And it is also that song that I wrote when I was coming from Kenya. And there are certain songs that I did in Kenya, courtesy of Roots International Rashid. Yes, I did those songs. So I wrote that song while I was coming from Kenya. And yes, I wrote the words. I had the rhythm and I had the words. But the Swahili, I was helped by a good friend of mine. She's called Wataka Eunice. She helped me write those Swahili words that I didn't know how to translate. So it brings memories from Kenya and Tanzania, basically.
Make me proud as a peacock. You painted love with colors of a peacock. Funga macho yako, onyeshe pahali tutaenda. Nishike mkono, tandaza mabawa yako. Tutapanga nini kuliko mwewe? Wacha ndege zime jina lako, sababu urembo wako wenyewe. furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka uwe wangu peke, urembo wako wenyewe, furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka uwe wangu peke. Baby girl, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, baby, your love itself, and I want you for myself. Baby, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, girl, your love itself, and I want you for myself. Yeah. Onde tamalala okukira konyonyi muzinge mkwano lavo wajiseka lanje nga eza nyonyi muzinge ziba amaso songa gyoyagala tunagenda nyweza omukono gwange yanjuluza ebiwawa tubuuke mu bbanga tusinge n'empungu ebinyonyi biyimbe erinnya lyo kubanga urembo wako wenyewe, furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka uwe wangu peke, baby girl, urembo wako wenyewe, furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka uwe wangu peke, baby girl, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, baby, your love itself, and I want you for myself, baby, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, girl, your love itself, and I want you for myself. Urembo wako wenyewe, furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka Mungu wangu peke, urembo wako wenyewe, furaha yako yenyewe, pendo lako lenyewe. Nataka Mungu wangu peke, baby girl, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, girl, your love itself, and I want you for myself. Oh, your beauty itself, your happiness itself, girl, your love itself, and I want you for myself, girl.
Well, the first album, Chibunomu, I recorded it under Kwanza Music, Kataso, Joseph Kahirimbani, Joe Kahiri, and he sponsored everything, the first album. And the challenges were, it was supposed to be released in 2015 around Bayimba Festival, but then it couldn't. And it was released a year later, 8th May 2016, and that was Kwela Junction. And for some reason, it was the perfect time. I do not know. You know how God perfects his time. It's about timing, but that was the perfect time, and we sold out. We had like around a few copies, but all the copies were bought. Just a cut of one song, Natch. So the album Chibunomu, the name Chibunomu meant it meant Chibuna Omu. You get, this music wasn't for everyone, but I guaranteed that everyone ajejifuna at their own pace. I'm not going to force them to listen to this music. And since 2016 and now 2019, 3 years later, you can feel that the vibrations of everything is moving slowly, gradual, and people are starting to pick onto the songs, and they're starting to enjoy the songs. Yet in 3 years ago, they were like, see music one, you need the stream more, no. But now it's like, wow, what they were. I'm like really?
Kebe gozanya Bayo kagobako Moyo kukunonya Werake Obudde buzibe Twakitoko wakuzanya Werake Nonyeza nembulwa Zenembulwa Werake Wanyatako wakuzanya Wemba mufumulira Chibunomu werake Chibunomu wadawa Chibunomu werake Wadawa Chibunomu werake Na Chibunomu wadawa Chibunomu werake Chibunomu wadawa Wanjakira nga ekiro Nabikira nga ekimya Nso walikolesebwa zewe nakulaba kuba nalowooza oli malayika mbese munyenye mu bbanga ngasaba oyituwo kulabiko wengatte kudda olubege nga kunoonya funyetangira sinjakunoonya
Chibunomu album, I started writing those songs when I had just joined campus. That was 2011. And 6 years later, I picked those songs and then I made an album. Ugandan album, few of the songs I wrote them in 2019. Some of them I wrote them 2018. And some of them I wrote them as I was writing Chibunomu album, that is 2011 and 2012 and 2013 and 2014, along the way. So I just pick some of them, like for example, Oliwa. I wrote Oliwa, that song number 1 of Ugandan album, the time I wrote Chibunomu. So that song is as old as Chibunomu. But I recorded it in 2019. You get why? Because it made perfect sense in 2019. Then it did make sense. You get, but now it makes sense. That's why I made the album. So most of the songs I write collectively, both albums, most of them are about my life and life around me. But Nachi, I chose Nachi for reason is because Nachi sold the album for some reason. It sold the album and up to date, it's still playing and people are still enjoying Nachi. Nsaza kaviri nze n'ennyuma anze zitera kukolola ngoloddeko pakinze n'emyola gyaffe bambyolyeko ngeregeze nasinabyeko leero ebijanjalo okumanyo nabikyeko nakwesunga ttanga tukyali amapeere n'enja maama kati nze nkwetegekedde nafunye n'akagatta
Please be my lover. Ay, ay, ay. Naji, mwana gwe. Please be my lover. Oh, ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Nasindika omubaka nakuntwalako olw'ensonyi ennyingi nakunkwanako nasumba amapeera nga nkuba mugongo mwana gwe sijja kwerabira ebyaluli nakunyonyogera nonywegera ebisigadde byalimu oluyi engolo ensambagere ne maamawo nakwesunga dda nga tukyali amapeera n'entya maama kati nze kwetegekedde nafunye n'akagatta nawe nawe please be my lover. Ay, ay, ay. Naji, mwana gwe nawe be my lover. Ngwegayiridde ay, ay, ay. Nakwesunga dda nga tukyali amapeera n'entya maama kati nze nkwetegekedde nafunye n'akagatta naji.
Jimmy Katumba. Yeah, for some reason I like the song. That song I did it. I auditioned with it. I did it in 2013. I was in a competition called Rated Next. So that was one of the songs I did well, and people loved. For some reason, people thought it was my song. I'm like, no, this is an old song. For some reason, they thought it was my song, but I'm like, it is a cover. And most of the times, they want me to play it. So, and I like it too. It has those chords. When you listen carefully, the chord progression, not the rhythm, but the chord progression is almost the same progression in Katambala, the Katambala off Chibunam album. And when you listen carefully, it's almost the same progression with the song Kudizechi off Chibunam album. So you can relate.
Buli kiseera nze ndowooza mazima labwe neesiriza buli kiseera nze nentwala olwoyo omuwala eyanzita okuzaama kati emyezi nze mbalena kasokedde omwana oyambulako nno kati nze ndi wano n'omwannyo olwoyo omuwala eyanzita okuzaama eyo wemmereka n'ekyayina yakayirira olwakuba mwana ali wala nnyo emunsozi munyambe ntuukeyo laba kati njizeyo mwenge netaba naye fuwako olwakuba mwana ali wala nnyo emunsozi munyambe ntuukeyo buli kiseera nze ndowooza mazima love ne citizen. Buli kiseera nze nentwala olwoyo muwala eyanzi tokuzama. Kati emyezi nze mbalena njoka kasokedde omwana oyambulako. Kati nze ndi wano n'omwanya oyo omuwala eyanzi tokuzama. Yeyo wemmere kawa ne China yakayirira.
JANZI. Extra, extra, extra.